Today I'm going to run you through on how to make a hardwood coat rack from scratch. First thing you got to do is pick your materials. I've picked two different types of hardwood, one a light colour and one a more darker colour, just so they kind of contrast together. Then what you want to do is rip them to the height you'll like the coat rack to be. Usually I try and get a finished size of about 25mm, so I rip it about 27-28mm, because then once I've planed it down, sanded it, it usually ends up about 25mm. Next thing you do, which I haven't shown here, is I just quickly run them over my benchtop sander just to make sure there's smooth faces that are going to get glued. Once you've done that, you want to pick your pattern and also pick the best sides. Roughly set up your clamps before you start gluing. I usually measure the coat rack and add a little bit extra for the packers, and then set the clamps accordingly. Lay all your pieces of timber on the side so that you can glue them all up easily. Don't skimp on the glue here, you really want to make sure you get the whole surface area covered in a good amount of glue. It's easy enough to wipe off the excess glue later. Once you've covered them all with glue, it's time to clamp it up. Once you've glued them up, you can put them in the clamps one by one in the order that you want them, and making sure the good sides are either at the top or at the bottom, as long as they're all the same. The clamping up process is made a lot easier because we already set up the clamps previous to gluing. It makes it a lot cleaner and smoother operation. As you tighten the clamps evenly, use a scrap piece of timber to make sure all the pieces are hardwood, sitting flat on the clamps. Then place the top clamps on and give it all a final tighten. Then I make sure all the timber is sitting flat on the clamps so there's no twisting or bowing. Then I'll wipe off the glue just so it's easier for cleanup after. After a few hours of being in the clamps, you can take the coat rack out. I wait another 24 hours before I actually work with this piece again, just to make sure the glue dries completely hard and there's no stress on it when it's going through machines like the thicknesser. Then I'll quickly scrape off some of the excess glue. I don't try and get it all off because it's getting run through the thicknesser anyway, but this is just to get a starting point. I set up the thicknesser with it off and just get the rough height. Usually the first 1 or 2 times I run it through, it barely touches. It's better than hitting it with it being too low and jamming it or just damaging the timber. Once I've got the height worked out, I'll run one side through until it's pretty much clean. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I'll get it pretty flat. I usually start with the side with the glue. Then once that's good, I'll flip it over and do the same to the other side. Then once they're both pretty even, I'll start on the other side again. A couple of pass-throughs on each side and it's usually pretty good. I usually do just under 1/4 of a turn on each pass-through of the thicknesser, mainly because if you do too much at once, it'll jam up. One of the main reasons I allow extra length in the original cuts of all the hardwood pieces is to allow for any snipe that's been caused by running it through the thicknesser, or just any general blemishes that are in the timber. This way, when I cut the coat rack to its actual length, a lot of those blemishes will actually get cut away and you'll never see them. Next thing I do is cut the coat rack to the right size, making sure that each end is square. I don't have the best drop saw, so sometimes I'll have to adjust it. Might take me a couple extra cuts, but it's definitely worth making sure it's perfectly square at each end. To get rid of any saw marks that might have just happened cutting the coat rack to length, I use the bench sander to sand them smoothly and evenly. Next up, I'll router the 4 face edges. I don't do the back because it's up against a wall. Completely up to you what router bit you use. It's all personal preference. As long as you think it looks good, then it's fine. Once you've done the routering, then I'll putty up any blemishes in the material. Let the putty dry completely hard and run over it with something like a 120 grit sandpaper. Once I've done the initial sanding, then I'll mark up where I'm going to drill the 2 holes for mounting. Just make sure you don't put the holes anywhere near where you're going to have hooks. I usually plan the spacing out beforehand. Next I'll drill the 2 holes that I've marked out. I go all the way through with probably a 2 or 3 mil drill bit. Then once I've done that, I get the countersink and just countersink them each to suit it so that the screw sits pretty flush with the timber. Next I'll give it a final sand. With the orbital I'll use a 240 grit sandpaper, and then to completely finish it I'll grab a 320 with the hand sandpaper and give it a final finish. It gives a real smooth finish. Once it's all sanded, give it a dust off and you're ready to stain it. In this case I'll be using a gloss clear. I usually do 3 coats of clear varnish. I don't use a brush mainly because the hairs can split off and get stuck in the varnish, and it's also cheaper to use old rags and just rub it on, and I find the finish works out just as good if not better. In between each coat of varnish I'll use a 1200 wet and dry sandpaper just to smooth out any blemishes. Once the clear is dried for a few days, it's time to put the hooks on. First thing I do is mark up for the outside hooks. So I work out the spacing from the edge of the coat rack to where the mounting hole is and divide it by 2. That's where I put the first hook and do the same at the other end. To work out the spacing for the other 3 hooks, I measure the gap between the outside hooks and divide it by 4. This gives me the measurement for each space. I've centered these hooks from top to bottom, but I slightly moved them upwards just to make sure I wasn't drilling the screws into where the piece of timber joins each other. Once all the hooks are fitted, the coat rack's complete. I'm stoked on how the 2-tone hardwood pattern came out with the gloss clear varnish and the polished hooks. I hope you liked this video. If you've got any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to reply. For more of my work, you can check out my Etsy store, which is just Layor Woodworks. The link will be in the description. Thank you.